Now moving to section B, we will discuss SAP S/4HANA case studies with some mandatory screenshots that were taught in the labs session and illustrate how they fit into ERP system. The table of contents consists of sales and distribution case study, material management case study, production planning and execution case study, financial accounting case study, controlling product costing case study, lab session feedback. Our first module is sales and distribution, which allows the organization to manage all of the sales ordering, shipping, billing and invoicing of their goods and services. This flow chart represents the sales order process. In this module, we cover 4 screenshots, which are create new customer, sales order, display invoice and document flow. The firm created a new customer by creating a customer master record. The customer has been assigned a unique number. Customer master record contains detailed information about the customer. Moreover, there is a unique business partner number that will help the firm in assigning rules for different people so that the firm avoids any data redundancy. This screenshot refers to the pre-sales activities in the sales order flow chart. After creating the customer quotation, in this step the firm converted the customer quotation into a sales order. Sales order means that the firm will authorize to its sales department to sell the goods. Sales order contains many details such as net sales amount, delivery schedule, good details and so on. This screenshot refers to the sales order entry in the sales order flow chart. After the goods delivered to the customer, then the firm issued an invoice for the customer to pay the outstanding payment. The invoice contains information needed in the payment process. These screenshots represent the invoice customer in the flow chart. The firm has reviewed the document flow, which will link all the documents and give an overall detailed view of the process, as this will help the firm to track and ensure that the process is correct. This screenshot is an overall conformity process in the sales order flow chart. Our second module is material management, which allows the organization to manage the procurement, inventory and warehousing aspects that are related to the material. This flow chart represents the procure to pay process. In this module, we will cover 4 screenshots, which are price comparison lists, purchase order, invoice from vendor, document flow. Upon the acceptance of purchase requisition, the firm has chosen the vendors and sent them a quotation request asking the vendors to send their prices. After the firm created a price comparison list, this will help in analyzing and comparing the prices so that the firm can choose the best vendor and reject the other vendors. This screenshot refers to the vendor selection in the procure to pay flow chart. After the firm has chosen the vendor, then the vendor was issued a purchase order, which is a source document that is used to place an order by the buyer firm with its supplier so that they are legally binding. Then the supplier will be notified about that. This screenshot refers to the purchase order and notify vendor in the procure to pay flow chart. After the firm has checked everything delivered was correct and receipted the goods, the supplier issued the invoice, indicating the required amount that they need to send to the accounting department of the firm. The invoice will be considered as an account payable until the firm pays the payment to the vendor. This screenshot refers to the invoice receipt in the procure to pay flow chart. That document flow has been already explained in the sales and distribution process. Our third module is production planning and execution, which allows the organization to align the demand with the manufacturing capacity for finished products as well as components materials. This flow chart represents the manufacturing execution process. In this module, we'll cover 5 screenshots, which are a material, a routing, planning table, results of planning run MPS with MRP from list of single item to multi-level, a stock requirement list after converting a planned order. Firstly, the firm created a material master record which will give detailed descriptions about the material. Material master record contains the design of bills of material, which is the components list that will be used to create the product. Also in material master record, it will be easy to test different forecasts and by using parameters such as alpha, beta and gamma. This screenshot refers to the production proposal in the manufacturing execution flow chart. The second screenshot is the routing. Routing contains the series of steps operations that are needed to create the product after BOM has been done. Moreover, routing can be considered as a template to answer where to produce, when and how. Additionally, routing can give a simple idea about the product costing. This screenshot refers to the production proposal in the manufacturing execution flow chart. This screenshot shows the sales and operational planning, which is a planning tool used to merge data from forecasting future sales with production levels by making a planning table. The SOP will be transferred to the demand management, which will break the SOP into very detailed table. Planning could be according to two approaches, make to stock PIR or make to order CIR. This screenshot refers to the capacity planning in the manufacturing execution flow chart. Running MSP, which plans the product that has direct demand coming from SOP and demand management like the bike, with MRP, which plans the item that have indirect demand coming from the explosion of BOM containing the components needed to produce the product of MSP to avoid any shortage, such as the components of the bike. Thereby, the results of running them together shows the schedule, capacity, time, sequence, parameters from running the overall order or running each level of the order. This screenshot refers to the scheduling and releasing in the manufacturer execution flow chart. After the confirmation, the firm converted the planned order to the production order by releasing the overall order or single operation, which is partial release. Our fourth module is financial accounting, which allows the organization to collect transactions in a way that satisfies external requirements, and it is focusing on historical looking. This flow chart represents the financial accounting process. In this module, we will cover 4 screenshots, which are general ledger, display and review account payable balance, display supplier balance, display financial statements. The firm has displayed the general ledger account, which is the account or record used to store and summarize all the transactions, either when the company has to receive the transaction, account receivable ledger, or the company has to pay the transaction, account payable ledger. The company had displayed the account payable balance and individual line items. The account payable shows the company's obligation to pay the debts to its supplier. Account payable balance is very important in case of invoicing the vendor and showing the payment's due dates. The firm has displayed the supplier financial balance after the firm paid and posted the outstanding payment to the supplier. This will show that the transaction has already been and closed and everything has been confirmed. The organization has viewed the financial statement, which records the overall financial situation of the firm. It consists of balance sheet, profit and loss statement, as well as cash flow statement. This will help the firm to view the overall financial aspects. Our fifth module is controlling product costing, which allows the organization to calculate the cost and the profit of the product for internal requirements, and it is focusing on future looking. This flow chart represents the controlling product costing process. Our screenshots for this module are display material, display cost estimate, mark price update, and view prices. This screenshot shows the material master record, which we have already explained in previous screenshot. The firm created the estimated cost in advance, which is the expected cost that is used to determine the costs related to the product based on the previous actual operation, such as the raw material cost, labor cost. It also helps to calculate the goods manufactured and sold using some methods such as FIFO, LIFO, and weighted mean. The results of the calculated estimated cost has been transferred to the material master record, which will help to update the standard cost that has been already calculated based on normal and efficient conditions. The updation is because of the cost fluctuation in some circumstances. After updating the standard cost, the firm viewed the release standard cost and compare it with the actual real cost to make many decisions like calculating the variance, calculating the expenditure and profit, improving the product costing estimation process in future. Here are some of the lab session feedbacks. For example, if the user forgot to tap simple specific entries in the system, this will gonna make a big problem for him. In the SAP for HANA book, it is showed how many minutes the user would take to finish each step. Finally, I would like to thank you for listening to my presentation.